Even if being undocumented was a crime, it's not, by the way, look it up. Let's not forget that it was illegal to harbor Jews during the Holocaust. Let's not forget that it was illegal for enslaved people to escape their captors. And let's not forget that it was perfectly legal to steal entire countries, commit genocide, and force people onto boats in chains. Since when does legality equal morality? Because the reality is that laws are not a moral compass. They're just rules made by people in power. And historically, those people have not always been on the right side of justice. Now let's talk about fairness, because I know someone's waiting in the comments to write,
"Well, my grandparents came here the right way."
First of all, the right way has always been a moving target. 100 years ago, you could literally waltz into the country on Ellis Island, no paperwork in hand, on a sunny afternoon. You were good to go. Welcome to America. And then when too many brown people started showing up, the government changed the rules. Suddenly the borders weren't open anymore. Suddenly you needed money, education, sponsorships, barriers that didn't exist when a lot of our ancestors came over. The right way has always been code for who we want here and who we don't. And the idea that people should wait in line assumes that there's a functioning line to wait in. For many immigrants, there is no line. There's just an obstacle course designed to keep them out. The immigration process can take decades, and for most people, there's no path at all. If you are fleeing violence or a climate disaster or poverty, you don't have the luxury of waiting 20 years for a chance at a visa that might never come. And if it's fairness that's really the concern, then let's talk about fairness. Is it fair that the US has spent decades destabilizing Latin America and then punishes people for fleeing the very conditions that they helped create? Is that fair? Is it fair that companies exploit immigrant labor but refuse to grant them basic rights? Is that fair? Is it fair that we want to criminalize people for seeking a better life when that's literally what this country claims to be about? History is going to look back on the way that we treated undocumented immigrants in the country the same way that we look back on segregation, internment camps, and every injustice that we once thought was just the law. The question really isn't, why don't they just come here legally? The question is, why are we okay with a system that makes it nearly impossible for them to do so?